This cocky fighter knocks out his opponents and then laughs at them. For 12 years he has been humiliating fighters all over the world, and in various leagues. Now it's time to do the same with the UFC's newest star. Michael "Venom" Page is one of the most unique fighters in the world, so let me tell you about his fights from his early days to his latest fight in the UFC. British-born Michael Page got into the world of martial arts from birth. His parents studied Kung Fu Kar and instilled their passion in their children. Sam said the martial arts he didn't really have much choice to start with, 'cause I did martial arts. His father did martial arts, so when he was 0, basically I used to go to classes. He'd be in the push. Share that was a sort of the start of it all, and him wanting to just be there and take part. Michael grew up surrounded by 9 siblings, each of whom also practiced martial arts. He competed in his first kickboxing tournament at age 5. By the age of 8 he was already flying to Germany to compete, and almost every week he competed in British tournaments. The victory of 12-year-old Michael at the US Open Championship in Orlando was significant. It was bizarre. Things happened during the fights that had never happened before. He said, I was dodging punches I didn't even see coming. Things were happening before I even realized it. Back home in the United Kingdom, he was suddenly too good for the British kids. No one could stand up to Page. By the age of 13 he was given permission by his father to compete against adults. He fought a lot. For every tournament Page entered himself in 3 weight classes. He once had 22 fights in the day in 5 categories and won them all. In his weekly bouts he honed his own style and entertainer style. In the interview he said, I realize one thing: if you understand the sport, counting points will not be fun. I was trying my best to attract as many people as possible, but I like to ignore other people's work. Page drew inspiration from everything he could get his hands off, from Anderson Silva's fights to Michael Jackson's dance plasticity to Jackie Chan movie. Here and there he found moves that he adapted to his own. He said, I always knew that whatever I did I would do it my way, otherwise I wouldn't be happy with it. He has won several kickboxing championships in different versions, but he has been particularly strong in the semi-cont, where the fight lasts until the first clear hit. He also placed second at the 2010 World Martial Arts Games. Page won almost every kickboxing trophy he could and felt he had stopped developing. He spent several years doing gigs that brought him no money, or a popular amateur kickboxer couldn't make a living from the sport. A born showman could not stay within a strict routine to reveal his talent. He needed a bigger stage. Michael decided to switch to MMA. Was doing so well in the kickboxing. I wanted a new challenge, and that's what brought me to mixed martial. After a long search for a training camp, he settled on London Shoot Fighters, one of the oldest gyms in Britain, having started training in July 2011. The following February, 24-year-old Michael got his first fight. His opponent was another debutant, Ben Gizhan. Venom dealt with him in a music and had time to squeal a little. He also remembered to pose for the camera instead of taking a shot. The London TR fight screaming on seriously, and there a spinning kick that is unbell said about this guy's kickboxing pedigree. I told you gentlemen that this guy was incredible confidence. For a applause debut in the cage. As an artist he's been dubbed a new Anderson Silva, but Venom's passion for the game could cost him the win, and the audience knew it. After the fight he said, it's weird that my style is getting negative attention. A lot of people say, yeah, you look amazing, and then they ask how long I'm going to last. Sponsors say we like you and want to spend money on you, but we don't know how long you'll last. In his next fight, Page seriously overpowered his opponent's arm in the armbar. Get clipped, pig, get clipped. Listen to the armbar. This man no submissions. Music too. While the referee screamed stopped numerous times, that didn't stop him from showing the audience his tongue on the technique. He also had his only professional kickboxing fight against Jefferson George. Here to bring Page was playing again, dancing, swinging his arm. Apollo Ciari Style Apollo Surrey style, not forgetting to hit accurately, and that's Vec. Sometimes George himself crushed his opponent's thin legs, gave out spectacular blows, but it was impossible to beat Page on his own turf, walking his music man over. Wow, a deceptive move, a knockout. And again, a spectator's game. Venom knew for sure that his opponent would not get up after his victory. He signed with two promotions, American Bellator and the Indian Super Fight League. Michael made his debut in the Indian promotion, acing undefeated Egyptian Hamtantawi. Venom raised his hand victoriously even before the bell. Let's fight round one, baby. He had learned well how to confuse his opponents with his game to keep them in constant tension when it was not clear where the blow would come from. Oh, the Egyptian could not cope with his footwork, tag him, and most importantly with his sense of distance. Another knock down, 0-1-2 combo, but it was too early to celebrate again. A beautiful finish was taken away from Page by the doctors. Michael, he didn't let that happen when he made his Bellator debut. Good time. It's Miller time. Oh, good right hand. He's in big trouble. That is it, a one knockout win for Michael Page in his in Bellator debut. Next up for Venom is Ramdan Mohammed at middleweight. Page continued to hit at 1U with blitz. Ramdan met him with a right, then tried to take down. Michael was ready and defending against the takedowns. He was showing off his jaw, pulling him towards him and shooting it right. Mohammed went into the clinch again, only to end up on the floor where MVP easily choked him out. Elbows, elbows. Applause. Elbows. Afterward, Page finally got his first relatively serious opponent, future UFC fighter Ricky Rainey, with a 9-2 record. The B round number 1. Throughout the fight, the American tried to get in at close range, but Venom easily avoided the clinch, ending the encounter with a right through an arm. McDonald STS, and this time he took a bow to the crowd. Just like that, he's 6 and applause man for 2 fights in Bellator. Michael became one of the most disgusted fighters in the company. The nature of the discussions varied as much, such as fans. Page has also gained haters who disapprove of his bravado, but Page had this to say: I think